If you thought that the flag of the Netherlands is a horizontal French flag, of course you'd be massively wrong. This flag has spawned nations of flags at the other end of the European continent, but what makes this flag so influential? Has it always looked like this? And what have the French got to do with this flag? Plus, for good measure, I'll be in Amsterdam to discover their X-rated flag and whether it's a certain lighted district that contributed to the red of its design. Welcome to Amsterdam, the capital of the Netherlands, for this flag's in 50 places. First up, a few misconceptions to get out the way. This is the Netherlands, not Holland. The use of Holland to refer to the whole country originated from an ill-educated British who used the name for then dominant province within the whole country. In fact, Holland was such a large province that it was split into two and named imaginatively North Holland and, well, you guessed it, South Holland. It would be like the Netherlands calling England York just because that's the largest county. The Netherlands is made up of 12 provinces, each have their own flag. Some are plain and simple, like their national flag. 3 have lions, like Zeeland, which has this lion fighting off the ever threat of the eroding sea, and is the reason why the country New Zealand is named that way. And then others have variations of wavy waters, stars and a castle, crosses, and the love hearts of Friesland, which are actually red lily leaves. So, it's the Netherlands, not Holland. And as for the term Dutch, well, that's an anglicised word, and the locals call themselves Nederlanders, or Neder, or Nether meaning low because of the low geographical elevation of the land, meaning, well, land or country.
The Netherlands is a country on the North Sea where the tribands rule and borders Germany to the east and Belgium to the south. And if you walk through the streets of the southern town of Barrel-Nassau, then the borders mean you're in the Netherlands, then Belgium, then the Netherlands, back to Belgium, re-enter the Netherlands, only to return to Belgium.
But this is a flag channel, not geography now. The Netherlands has been around a long time, and so its flag evolution. If you look way back, before the Netherlands became the kingdom we know today, you'd see a very different flag. At the end of the 15th century, the majority of the Netherlands provinces were under the Cross of Burgundy flag, as the area was governed by the Duke of Burgundy, I suppose it goes to say. This is a title that had been in use since the 800s until the French muscle in 1477. But back then was not this Burgundy flag, which was made up of a saw-toothed cross of St Andrew, became the patron saint of Burgundy. No, this flag only started to make the rounds in the early 1500s. What would have been in use is the Kingdom of Burgundy arms. Thankfully, a simple blue and yellow diagonal stripe, red bordered shield with a crown that dates back to 880 before it starts to morph into these busy designs from September 1363 onwards. Skip to 1566 and the 80 Years' War, which lasted, well, 80 years in fact, which was brought about by the the Netherlanders' fight for independence from Spain. They used what was called the Prince's Flag. It was orange, white and blue, inspired by William of Orange, the leader of the Netherlands Revolt. The top stripe was, you guessed it, orange, because William was the man of the hour leading the revolt itself. And, well, orange, it's in his name. Nothing to do with the fruit, mind, that just happened to be the same colour. And this flag managed to bleed into other flags, most notably that of the city of New York, which was originally called New Amsterdam. I have another video here that covers this full history. Gosh, lots of links and details for you if you want to find out more. Also, the old South Africa flag, which used in use between 1928 to 1994, used this style which housed the flags of the United Kingdom, the Orange Free State and the South African Republic. An interesting note that the UK flag here is mirrored so they wouldn't take precedence over the other flags. A moot point, as its locals called it, the blood stain referring to the Union Jack, as well as the apartheid flag or the white supremacy flag. You get the point, we're moving away ever so slightly. So let's move on. But orange didn't stick around forever. Eventually the flag transformed into the red, white and blue we see today. Why? Some say the orange dye faded easily, or maybe it was hard to see on a high seas. Whatever the reason, by 1660 the red, white and blue tricolour was born. Some Dutch people were probably like, what happened to the orange? Maybe it became a blood orange instead. Anyway. But all is not lost, for the orange as this colour is still used for their sports team and national celebrations. With all this history, it's not until 1937 that the current flag is officially adopted with the colours being standardised in 1949, with the meanings thusly: red for bravery, strength, valour and hardiness, white as peace and honesty, blue represents vigilance, truth, loyalty, perseverance and justice. There is another theory that the colours simply mean red for people, white for church and blue for nobility. And here's a fun fact for you: there's no separate state flag for the Netherlands. Unlike many other countries that have a fancy government-only flag, the Netherlanders like to keep things straightforward. The red, white and blue tricolour is used for pretty much everything, flying over government buildings, to shops, hanging out of front porches. It doesn't matter. No need for two flags when one gets the job done. That said, their navy does use this rather striking design, which has been seen at sea since the late 17th century, but again was only formalised on the 20th of April 1931. Now, this would make a rather impressive national flag. It's not as if other countries haven't done that before. Take Greece, for example, but you can find out about that with the link above, or indeed in the link in the description below, just to make you really dizzy. There is also this one small variation you might see on special days when it's the King's birthday or another royal event. People often add an orange pennant above the flag. It's like saying the royals are here, and yes, we still actually do love orange. So, if you see that orange ribbon, just know that something royal is going down. Behind me is the Royal Palace Amsterdam, and according to their official website, plays a major role during state visits, other royal occasions and New Year receptions. And if you visit the pages, you'll find the family portrait that makes the royals look like they're posing for a reality show. The royal family also have their standard, this rather elegant square number, and as you can see, the orange is dominant colour. It has the royal coat of arms right in the middle, featuring a lion holding a sword and arrows. The lion's basically saying, I'm tough, I'm royal, and I mean business. You'll see this flag flying whenever the king is in town or at royal events. The blue and white bugle horns in each colour represents the Principality of Orange. And while I'm here in the Netherlands capital, let's take a look at the city flag of Amsterdam, which means I need to change my hat. And here it is, nothing to do with the triple X syndrome, and absolutely nothing linked with anything X-rated areas within the waterways of this city. I had to go and investigate that personally myself, all in the name of research to make sure that what I was told categorically, that this flag is not linked in any way specifically here. So let's quickly move on. The design originates from the Persian family, who are one of the oldest families in the area, as it dates back to the 13th century with this red, yellow, blue coat of arms. The city was eventually given the coat of arms, which houses two golden lions holding a shield of the noble family, the black stripe for the main river of Amstel, and the two red stripes to represent the two towns that sat either side of the river. Both villages were owned by the same family. The legend has it that the three St. Andrew's crosses were meant to ward off fire, floods and the Black Plague. This is also topped off with an imperial crown of Austria. The city flag is obviously taken from the central shield and rotated 90 degrees and was made official on the 5th of February 1975, although it has been in use way before then, as the 1928 Summer Olympics programme had the flag on its front cover. You'll find the crosses of the flag appear in the City of Amsterdam's logos as found on their website, showing how the city flag is being utilised and adapted for wider use, exactly how a city flag should be used. Before this, there were variations of the coat of arms on flags, but to me the current version is one of the best city flags in the world. But what about the Netherlands national flag being an influencer? Well, if this flag was on TikTok today, it would have the most followers, as this flag has inspired many countries. The aforementioned France is said to have taken their revolutionary flag design from the Netherlands, just that the French decided that a vertical version would suit them and therefore would be a simple difference from the Netherlands' horizontal style. But that means there's a tenuous link to all the French-inspired flags as well, such as Italy, Luxembourg, Andorra, Chad, Haiti, Romania and Ireland, even the current US state flag of Iowa. But that's not all. Peter the Great steals the idea from the Netherlands when he orders a load of naval ships from them, which goes on to create the pan-Slavic flags of Russia, Croatia, Czechia, Serbia, Slovakia and Slovenia, to name but a few. If you're aware of any other flags that the Netherlands has influenced, please let me know in the comments below. And if you want to follow me for more flags in different countries, click on this playlist here where I've travelled from Mexico to the Bahamas, the Canaries to Cyprus, Turkey to Uzbekistan. So join me there, I'll be waiting for you. Bon voyage!